What is up, guys? My name is Arman and you're watching my trading journal. I know, I did what I said I wasn't gonna do and I was inconsistent with my journaling. So the last 2 weeks I haven't posted a single video, and in that time all the trades I took went unjournaled. However, I'm back now and I will be journaling all my trades and posting videos regularly. Although the main reason that I was inconsistent with everything that I was planning on doing was due to some things having happened and causing me some mental and emotional stress. So before we begin discussing the mistakes that were made and the way that I will be moving forward from the next trading day, let's go over the trades that I went through and the bottom line. Alright, let's go over what happened. So the first trade I took was USD/JPY, in which I lost $970. After this point, I stopped making 1% my risk and I reduced it to 0.5. The next trade I did with USD/CAD, I was in profit of $224.06. Then I got into a trade with GBP/USD, in which I made $53.36. I did GBP/USD again, in which I made $160.08. After that, I did GBP/AUD, in which I made a profit of $78.04. After which I got into a trade with AUD/USD, in which I made a profit of $10.64. Next we had EUR/JPY, in which I lost $312.44, following with USD/JPY, where I lost $216.65, and again $245.96. After which I got into a trade with EUR/JPY, in which I lost $190.16. Now I just want to mention, because I remember this happening very clearly, that this USD/JPY and this EUR/JPY trade were really random, because everything was going in my direction and suddenly I get an alert that the trade is over and I lost it. What happened was that JPY decided to appreciate a little bit, made a huge wick and stopped me out, and then just kept going back in my direction. So here I got burned for no reason. Then I had a trade with NZD/CAD, in which I made $4.47. Next was USD/CHF, in which I lost $485.29. After this loss, I reduced my risk to 0.25. Going further, most of the trades are 0.25 or 0.3 in risk. NZD/CAD, where I lost $54.59, NZD/USD, in which I made $506. This was actually the trade in which I saw I was making about $750, but because usually I'm doing trades with a 1% risk where the returns are much better. I was actually a 1:3 on this trade at that time, but it wasn't enough. It seemed like a very small amount, so I kept my stop loss at around a higher point and I got out at $500, which was still not bad given that this was a 1:2 trade. After that, I lost out on USD/CAD for $300, NZD/USD for $276, AUD/USD for $244, AUD/USD again for $246, USD/CHF for $265. After which I started to get a few wins, where USD/CHF for $362, AUD/USD for $301. I had a trade with Bitcoin which more or less closed in break even. USD/CHF, where I lost $254.39. I'm not even going to discuss this one. EUR/JPY again, I got burned, where I lost this trade because of this wick down again. So I think I'm going to stay away from JPY for now, because it's doing random things. I should have actually won this trade, but whatever. USD/CHF, in which I lost $271, GBP/AUD, in which I lost $249. This GBP/AUD trade, actually I remember it now, I knew it was going to go down more and I still kept at it thinking it would go up. Anyway, I did the GBP/AUD trade at the point where I should have done it, and then I finally made some money, $169.28. And my last trade with AUD/NZD, which I put the stop loss too near the price and it hit it, and then it continued going my way anyway, in which I made $41.82. Overall, I lost $3,136.59, which brings my final to $92,157.23. Now we can see that instead of me finishing the challenge last week, which is what I had initially hoped for, I actually now need to cover $13,000 more, which is harder than the first step, as I obviously need to cover $3,000 more. But a bigger problem is that now my risk taking ability has reduced a lot. What actually ended up happening was that once I reached the point of $95,000 in my account, I had reduced my risk to 0.5%. And even after losing trades after that, I had now reduced my risk to 0.25%. And moving forward, until I am back to $96,000 or $97,000, I will keep my risk at 0.25%, which means that my earning potential also reduces. But at least because of this, I still have 8 tries before I'm completely out of the challenge. At this point, the challenge has actually become hard because I don't have the same amount of risk that I could take before and to be able to get those gains much faster. Now I will be starting at a much lower point and I will have to slowly come back to break even and then achieve the 5% profit that's required for the second step. What I'm hoping to learn from this situation that has been created because of the bad trades that I have taken is that when I'm in drawdown of the 8% that I'm in out of the 10% that I'm allowed, I'm really now trying to see the way that I'm reacting to trading, how emotions play out, and also this will be an experience for the future because obviously, one, I don't want to reach this point ever again, and two, this will help in making my discipline even stronger because now I have to play by a different set of rules and this time I really have to stick to them. Moving forward, I have to be much more careful in the types of trades I take, which in general should be a good lesson to me that I shouldn't be taking trades which potentially have not been planned out properly. And from now on, I will only take trades which I feel are more or less guaranteed, in the sense that obviously we don't know which trades are the outcome is ever going to be. However, I'm only going to be taking trades which have many confluences, meaning that there are many reasons to take the trade, whereas before I would see 1 or 2 reasons and would think that was good enough to jump into the trade. Now I need to have multiple confluences on different time frames as well to be able to positively take this trade. Another thing I'm going to try and do is get more into a swing trade scenario in which I will look at the longer term picture. So I will start analyzing on a higher time frame, say for example the monthly, the weekly, the daily, move down to the 4-hour time frame and try and make sure that 4-hour and 1 hour is also sort of following the same trend as the monthly, weekly and daily, and based on that scenario I will be executing my trades. However, at this point it's not guaranteed anymore that I will pass this challenge because I've come so close to losing, but I'm not going to give up. I'm still positive that I can use this experience to better myself and come back even stronger. Before I started the challenge, I was hoping that by the 4th week of October I would have won the challenge and been funded. Once I did start the challenge, however, I actually thought by the end of the 3rd week I would be funded. This obviously didn't go as planned, as today we are on the 29th of October and I'm almost close to losing. So I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to rush into trades anymore, as I said. I'm going to look for the perfect setups, or as perfect as they can be. And I'm going to take the rest of November and also December if need be, and hopefully before the 1st of January or on the 1st or the 1st week of January I'll be a funded trader. I really hope that from this experience I have made myself a better trader, at least psychologically speaking, because I feel that most of my issues are stemmed from that. As we can see from the trades I had taken, I told you there were some trades that I jumped out of too quickly because I started getting scared. And at this point, it's very easy to get scared because, I mean, maybe scared is not the right word, but the fear aspect is very real at this point because you're so close to losing. You don't know what to do anymore because sometimes you see a trade it going the right way and then it turns around and you don't want to lose because you've been losing a lot, so you cut the trade too early just to see that it kept going. Or you see obvious losers but you can't take the loss. Even if it's a small loss, you need to recover, so you keep it going and then you still lose the trade. And the main problem that I was having trading these days was I'm not used to seeing such a small amount of profit coming out of trades. So there was a trade where I had about 750 in profit, and that's actually a 1:3 ratio, but because my risk is so small, my profit is also so small, and I'm just holding on to these hoping to get more gains. However, I'm seeing that these are not the right patterns. I've been saying this before and I've made some of the mistakes that I've been making in the past, but now it's really time for me to focus and make better decisions and check my emotions and make sure I don't let them get advantage of me. And with that, tomorrow is the 30th of October, which is a Monday. It's going to be the first day for trading again, and I'll be back at it in a better way. Anyway guys, that's it from me for today. If you guys liked the video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button, and subscribe to the channel would be much appreciated. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.